on for too long, but now I'm back here with this next match coming at you right now.
Take it
away. It's
going
to end up being ATX Sassy versus P2P with Gibus.
And I just want to say, what epic music.
Right?
What epic music to cue off this epic match. Austin versus Dallas. Now, what's worth noting is that for Sassy, he's got a little bit of vengeance, a little bit of bloodshed that he would like to go ahead and really execute, seeing as Gibus took out one of his Austin brethren to get here. Hockey, despite having a really impressive performance against Cephalon, was not able to take the game over Gibus, finding himself on winner's semis. Let's see if maybe he'll be joining Hyrule Hero as well as we go off to game number 1 on Battlefield.
And this time it looks like Gibus is actually opting to use his other Pokemon that he is proficient with, the Lucario. Because that, with Rob being a big body that he is, he's able to catch him so much easier with those kinds of, Beat Reverse Orball shenanigans.
This is very true. So tell me a little bit about this matchup. I mean, what can we really expect from both of these characters?
Right. One thing we can expect is Rob to not land. Rob's going to be thrown into the air, and he is going to stay there for a long time if Lucario has anything to say about it. But Lucario is going to have a little bit of trouble getting in with his slower frame data, trying to combat against all of Rob's projectiles.
It's going to be really tough, but like you said before, if Gibus can find one of those openings, it's going to be in a world of trouble, especially as the percents are in those triple digits. Gibus right now, off stage, hoping to make it back, recovers high, and somehow avoids that up smash. Sassy collides with that down smash, that grinder. Ooh, getting all those matches right now.
Oh my goodness, and again, the miss punish on the uppy. It looks like Sassy doesn't quite know how to deal with it yet. He's going to probably, next punish, I would say he's probably going to get it.
That had to be some kind of mistake. I'm sure that Gibus did not want to
throw that Aura. Yeah. He might have actually wanted to take an opportunity to throw it so he could charge it. Because if it's a full Aura Ball, he wants to be able to actually charge it to get that up smash. See, sometimes he just throws it away so he can get those setups.
That's true, and whoa, no setup needed. The raw bear. Like we said before, Lucario at this kind of percent, so dangerous. But fortunately for Sassy, he has a plethora of kill options. But like you touched on before, he's having a really hard time cleaning his plate here and landing those punishes when he really needs to.
And right now, we're going to see Gibus probably run away and start to throw a little bit more of the Aura Balls just to gain some extra damage on Sassy while he can. And the shield? Okay. Starting to charge up the Aura Ball, get a little bit of extra damage from that projectile. He doesn't want to mess around with Rob too much because he knows one throw right here will be the stock. And then he'll have to start right back from zero with none of the Lucario aura.
Gibus still holding on to this percentage. Hyrule Hero right now is, sorry, not Hyrule Hero, I'm still talking about the last match, but Sassy right now is definitely at that KO percentage.
One Aura Ball, up smash! Oh, what did I call it right as it happened, or did I call it right as it happened?
Oh, wow.
Gibus understanding. Okay, he knew Sassy wanted to do a normal ledge getup, so he immediately jumped B reverse Aura Ball, and then the active frames are automatically going to catch the second that he runs out of invincibility.
Man, not only did that 1-2 knock Sassy out of game 1, I think it knocked out your voice for a second as well, man. We're middle school up in here. Let's go.
Shout-outs to...
Oh, dude, middle school was awful. Middle school was awful.
Okay.
So this is... I mean, don't get me wrong. I would love to see this go to game number 3. But Gibus right now, one game away from setting up to one of the most interesting grand finals that we've ever had here at Shockwave.
Right. And oh my goodness, and he's doing it with Mewtwo as well.
That's right,
Now, Gibus, very proficient with Mewtwo. He's a Pokemon master, and he knows that this character has a reflect, so he doesn't even care about all of Rob's projectiles.
You're right. He may not be as well known as a Mewtwo specialist like Mew Squared, but what this man has in the tank, so scary.
Cross up Nair was so good there. And there he got the reflect, like I was saying, on the top. Using all that pressure. Look at this. Okay, now it's Sassy's turn, though. Rob got up to 96, pretty much uncontested, but now we'll see if he can pick up any momentum. Put anything on Mewtwo.
So tell me what you think about this. When I see this matchup, I can see Gibus dealing a lot better than Lucario could when it comes to options and neutral.
Oh my God!
Pineapple.
He just got pineappled so hard. But I could see it coming before it happened, and I didn't want it, but there it was.
I think that at the earlier percents, the character swap really benefits Gibus. But I'm really worried about him for those higher percents. Mewtwo, despite his larger size, is one of the lightest characters and floatiest characters in this entire cast. So that could possibly be very detrimental, seeing as Rob has so many vertical finishers.
That is a valid point, but I think that the main thing that Gibus is looking for here is he wants to put on the damage fast and then be able to finish it with a throw like that. He knows that he has guaranteed setups into his kills, and he doesn't want to mess around with any of his 50-50 situations.
That's true. Rob might be a tank, but whenever you have one of the strongest up throws in the game, it's just the perfect option to eradicate some of those stocks.
I mean, Rob might be a tank, but Mewtwo's up throw is looking like an armor-piercing bullet right now.
A little bit, man. That FMJ. Are we Call of Duty now?
Ooh.
I hope not.
And just calling out all the lasers and tops right now with that reflect.
Oh, wow. Great shield there by Sassy. He's able to sneak in with that forward air afterwards as well. Gibus temporarily retained center stage. May have overextended with that zone break.
There he caught with the up air.
Sassy with that air dodge read. Fantastic.
Worth noting, though, Gibus SD to pretty low percent. I'm not so positive that, you know, that was so much of a... I mean, Sassy really did take it up a notch on that last stock. But the percents weren't too far off. Like, percents done total. I'm thinking that Gibus might stay.
I could definitely see the run back.
I wouldn't be surprised if they went back to the same stage either. Because that stage, those platforms really benefit Mewtwo, especially against a character like Rob who gets juggled super hard.
You're completely right. You know, despite that very early SD, it was such a close match overall. And, you know, the run back to me just makes sense. I mean, he does have the Greninja in the tank, but I don't see that as a very good counter pick, truth be told, against Rob. I mean, I don't know the matchup fully, but the fact that Mewtwo has so many options early on to deal with that projectile game that Sassy, you know he's going to try to establish from the get-go, staying Mewtwo just makes sense. Even if he 2-0'd with Lucario, I still truly feel like Mewtwo would be the better pick, but he's going to go ahead and go to Lucario. We're going to go to game number 3.
He's saying that, you know what? It's not about necessarily about the speed. I can win the war of attrition.
That's right. He doesn't necessarily need all of the openings in the world. He just
oh my God! What kind of new tech was that?
I mean, if you know that your opponent's going to be starting with that gyro, why not go ahead and mix things up with that
He
counter?
walked up, countered, and then the gyro kind of tilted into him. That was some kind of strange stuff right there, but okay. Gibus starting off taking 50%, but that's not too unusual against a Lucario. They'll probably take early percent.
Now, we're expecting Gibus
to be able to use that aura.
Man, I got really scared with that down there, though. For Sassy to win this game, it's going to be all about shutting down Gibus early. One thing that we saw in game number 1 was that Gibus didn't even lose a stock. He was chilling at around 169%, and that is an absolutely unacceptable percentage for Lucario to be sitting at because they just pack so much of a punch with all of their attacks.
Right. Now, the other thing, like, Rob does have kill setups, but if he can't land a grab or anything like that, he's not going to be able to seal the stocks from Lucario. If he can't seal the stocks from Lucario, he's losing stocks to Lucario. But this net right now, we got Gibus at 103. We noticed, though, that he's playing kind of a full-screen game. He's kind of running away, letting Sassy set up his top and that kind of thing, so that he can charge Aura and wait for an opportunity to get in. Ooh. Throw.
So scary.
There we go.
And that was really good from Sassy. Gibus tried to adapt by not air dodging, and Sassy called it out perfectly with that up air. Okay,
but right now we see Gibus on his second stock, but Sassy at around 84%. And Lucario doesn't play very well at 0, but I mean, if you can take this stock early, it's still definitely an opportunity.
Back air won't be enough, though. Not quite high enough of a percentage from either player. Down air, just trying to go ahead and erode all of that fuel. Sassy still making it back on stage, but right back into the clutches of Gibus, who's able to close that stock out with that up air after that up throw. Excellent conversion from Gibus, right back into the swing of things. Can Sassy close this out now, or will Gibus be joining his DFW brethren in Grand Final?
And that was really awesome. We got the B reverse Aura Ball into the grab, into some combos, and now he's closing the percent gap between these two. He's okay with having some Aura, but he said, hey, I don't need it to get an up air off the top for you. Up smash. Okay, he's like, I don't even care about stealing my moves either, apparently. He's just throwing these moves out so that he knows he can get that guaranteed damage.
These percents so insanely close right now. Sassy,
that was such an interesting up B.
It's a thing that you touched on in game number 1. Is Sassy has not done the best job of dealing with that recovery. And it can be very tricky sometimes. Gibus mixing it up whether or not he's going to be going on stage, whether he's going to be going directly towards Sassy. Sassy has not been able to get a handle quite on that, but he still has this percent lead, but he has to close out this stock. This is so critical for Sassy to close this out within the next 10%.
I think the biggest thing that's messing Sassy up is that wall cling that Gibus has. Like, he just sits on the ledge right there because he picked this specific counter pick. So he could do that. Just sit on the ledge, wait for an option from Sassy, and then pick up. Oh, my God.
Gibus
That was not even fully charged.
with the pop-off. And that was such a smart option as well. There really wasn't that many options that Sassy could do when he was that close towards the stage.
Right.
Rob doesn't necessarily have the fastest vertical jump in the game, and he was kind of a sitting duck because of how much of a big body he was. If he went for the air dodge, he would have fallen to a lot of delay. It just wasn't good.
Some kind of follow-up from Lucario on the ground, or eat the Aura Ball. Your choice.
Let's take a minute and recognize the fact that winners finals right now at our largest Shockwave ever is our 6th and 9th seed. A Link main and a Lucario main.
Note that they're also defending our city from those outsiders.